our story so far. Layton and Luke narrowly escaped the crush of a runaway Ferris wheel while searching the park. The Ferris wheel destroys an old shack on the shore, revealing a secret subterranean path. After finding a tower-shaped key in the underground room, Layton and Luke make their way back to town. With the key in hand, Layton debates heading to the tower. However, after sensing a sinister presence near them, the professor devises a plan to out the fiend. Okay, so, welcome back to more Professor Layton and the Curious Village. Let me begin by reading some of the journal entries and the mysteries. Who would have imagined that the tiny shack held the entrance to an underground tunnel and a quaint storage room? More unexpected still is our discovery of a small key shaped like the tower itself. Could this odd little key truly unlock the path to the tower? Luke keeps pushing for us to proceed straight to the dead end by the tower, but before we do, I have a suspicion of my own that I feel the need to confirm. Before we go anywhere else, I think it's best that we stop by the inn. I think we might be able to identify the person that has been watching us all this time. Interesting. Let me look at the mysteries. The key. Deep underground on the edge of town, the professor and Luke found an unusual key shaped like the tower. While the connection between the key and the tower seems certain, no one can figure out where to use the key or what it unlocks. Alright, we are ready to proceed. So let me actually go to the inn, which, yeah, I think it's this way. And then I can go down. And then just go in the inn. And talk to Beatrice, the nice lady at the counter. Hello, Professor. Is something the matter? You look a little shaken. Beatrice, I have an urgent request. Could you show me the newspaper from last couple of days? The paper? Certainly. Hang on for a moment while I go fetch them for you. That's strange. I'm sure I set them down around here somewhere. Is there a problem? I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I can't seem to find them anywhere. Even today's morning paper seems to have gone missing. I see. Well, thank you just the same, Beatrice. This has been most helpful. Just what was in those papers anyway, Professor? Yoo-hoo, Professor Layton. Raymond, and to what do we owe the visit? Oh, he told me I needed to find you and bring you to the Reinhold Manor. The inspector, I mean. Hoo. He and Lady Dahlia await your arrival at Reinhold Manor. Thank you for the message. We will set out for the manor in just a few moments. So, I don't know what that was about with the paper, but let's go ahead and leave for now. Let me go straight towards the manor. You found the key to the tower, haven't you? How do you know about the key? You mustn't interfere with that tower. Whatever you do, just stay away from there. Interfere? What do you mean by that, dear? How mysterious. Let me talk to Raymond. Ahoo! If it isn't Professor Layton. Judging by your expression, it seems you haven't found the golden apple. You look terribly tense, Professor. Perhaps this small puzzle will help you. Ahoo-hoo! Loosen up. Helps Stash and Scarfin move the wolf, sheep, and cabbage from one side of the river to the other while obeying the following rules. In addition to its captain, the raft can only support one animal or item at once. When Stash and Scarfin isn't near, the wolf will eat the sheep, and you'll have to start over. The sheep will eat the cabbage when Stash and Scarfin isn't around if you let the sheep have its way, and you'll have to start over. You can shuttle the raft back and forth as many times as you like, but the shortest solution takes 7 moves. Okay, so wolf can't be alone with the sheep, and sheep can't be alone with the cabbage. So I can only ferry one at a time? Is that right? Yeah. So let me think about this. If I take the wolf, the sheep will eat the cabbage. If I take the cabbage, the wolf will eat the sheep. So I have to take the sheep first, no matter what. Okay. And then I guess I have to go back. Now this is confusing. Because if I take the cabbage, the sheep will eat the cabbage on the other side. If I take the wolf will eat the cabbage on the other side. So I'm not understanding. Unless I can... Can you take... Yeah, you cannot take more than one thing. Yeah, see, the wolf is gonna eat the sheep. Oh, never mind, if it's unattended. So as long as Stash and Scarfin's here, then we're good. So then we can take the sheep back, and then we can take the cabbage. There you go. And then we can take the sheep. 7 moves.
Well,
not bad.
Here's my guess.
Correct.
I did it! Yes!
Well done. The shortest solution for this problem requires 7 moves. How did you fare? I thought that one was actually pretty easy. That was masterful, but I expected nothing less from the great Professor Layton. Hoo-hoo! Alright, so we're done with that. And guess what? That should have been the very last painting piece. So, I think it's time to solve the painting. Yeah, so I got all the pieces. So, as with any puzzle, we're gonna work on the edges first. Oh wow, this is a little confusing. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Wait, no. It's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Let me grab an edge, like that one. And let me rotate it. Let me put it here and just see what happens. Okay. And then I need another edge piece. But the question is, what edge goes where? I have no idea. I'm looking at the... Well, let me see if I can find something that's going to fit the one I have currently, which I think is going to be this piece. Because I can kind of see, yeah, how it matches up. Okay. Very good. And then what else can I do here? So it needs a little bit... It looks like a curtain on a window. It's kind of what it's looking like to me. So let me... I'm trying to find a piece that has like 2 little humps that are going to fit the 2 little humps on the bottom of that second piece on the right. And it's also going to have like a little blue border because it's going to be on the edge. So let me see. Is it this one? No, I want to move it, not rotate it. Yeah, there you go. Okay. And then we need like another curtain piece with like some dark blue on the right. Is it maybe that bottom right piece? Not at all. Ah, it stays on there. That's okay. Need one that has like a little triangle on the right side. Which is actually going to be this one right here. No. Wrong little triangle. Ah! Stop rotating like crazy. Like that. Yeah, that's not going to work. Let me put it off to the side for now. No, I didn't mean to. Oh, God. I hate when I do that. Alright, at least it's saved. That would have been disastrous if it didn't. So it's actually going to be a corner piece. That's why I was missing it, because I was looking for like a straight edge. It's obviously bottom left. It's going to be a corner piece. So it's going to be probably this one. Nope, not that one. Golly. So... maybe that one? I don't know, man. Let me just put all the corners on there. Yeah, that one works. Okay. Now, we go back. No! Oh, I keep doing that. You guys are gonna kill me in the comments for this. I know it. I deserve it. I deserve it. It's probably so annoying to watch that. Okay, so I'm looking for some bright blue window to go on the top. Go with maybe... I don't know, I'm trying to visualize this. Maybe this one? That did not work there. It might be one of these that I already have up here. There you go. That's definitely it. And then that goes right there. Okay. It's coming together. And then I need a curtain. A good old curtain piece. Looks like this one, actually. Without any rotation, it looks like it fits perfectly. And it's just a lot of beige. It's going to be a corner piece. So that fits well. Okay. Good. Let's switch again. Oh, I see a little face here. So that's probably going to go right there. Okay. Nice. This will be either on the bottom or the side. Maybe something like that. Let me switch. Let me put this piece here because it looks like part of the body. There you go. Something like that. Let me switch and then let me grab this. Another corner piece. It's the final corner piece, so obviously that has to be it there. Let me grab... I don't know, that's this piece. Which will either go on the bottom. Yeah, right there. So this is going to go on the left somewhere. Right there. Grab this one. Right there. Alright, we're making good progress now. The key is going to be not to hit back. Always to hit switch. Not hit back. Don't hit back. Don't do it. Where's this going to go? Right there. A window piece. There you go. Get that one right there. And the last piece finally. There we go. This painting is truly brilliant. It simply must go on my wall. By the way, Luke, I have a present for you to mark this occasion. Turn off your Nintendo DS once, then restart the game. At the title screen, select bonuses, and you should have a new challenge for me. Now I know you're excited about the present, but be sure to save before you restart your DS. Layton's Challenges, the Art Lover's House, has been added to your map. So of course, once I beat the game, I will be doing all of the bonuses and everything else there is to do in the game. So don't worry about that, I will get to it. And you know what? Since I'm here, let me go ahead and read this journal entry as well. In order to confirm my hunch, I asked Beatrice to loan me the last few days' worth of newspaper, but it seems that someone has made off with the whole stack. Those papers would have been the decisive proof needed to confirm my suspicions, but I'll have to go on without them. I'd like to continue searching for the papers, but the inspector has summoned us, so I'll have to give up on that for now. I wonder what he's seeing in the paper. I'm not sure what Professor Layton is thinking. Alright, let me get out of the trunk now, and then let me continue towards the manor. Welcome back, Professor Layton. Please come in. Everyone is waiting. Thank you, Matthew. Is something troubling you, my good man? You seem ill at ease. Oh, no. I'm fine, sir. Please make your way to the parlor. All right. If you're certain that nothing is the matter, we'll head upstairs. And yeah, let me go upstairs, I guess. Ah, Mr. Layton, thank you for arriving so promptly. Come, have a seat. Why have you called us here, Inspector Chelmy? Like you, I'm not the kind of man who beats around the bush, so I'll just come out with it. I'm on to you, Layton. It's clear as day. You are responsible for Simon's death. Are you suggesting I murdered Simon? Nonsense. Yeah, nice, Layton. I have to admire the way you keep cool under pressure. But of course, I would expect nothing less from a cold-blooded killer such as yourself. I don't suppose you've seen this before, eh? This face was on display in the room in which Simon was found dead. All the forensic evidence I've gathered suggests that the killer struck Simon with this face. Our killer was no professional, you see. He left his fingerprints all over the murder weapon. Fingerprints that match your own, Mr. Layton. Oh, that's the vase from the market, isn't it? You rotten murderer. If this vase is evidence, why did you just break it like it was nothing? So go on, give me an alibi, Layton. Where were you when Simon was killed, eh? Come on out with it. I was with Luke, investigating matters down in the village. Is that the best you can muster? It's clear the little brat is an accomplice to your crime. Admit it, Layton. You two wanted to keep the golden apple so badly that you conspired to murder Simon. You can't fool me, Layton, so cough it up and start talking. While I'm at it, I'll take the key to the tower you picked up too. It seems that you are intent on pinning this crime on me, Inspector. But if you are a true enforcer of the law, you will acknowledge that I'm not the only reasonable suspect. Any member of this household could have committed the crime. In fact, you can even rule out the possibility that everyone here had a hand in the murder. Furthermore, are we even sure that a murder took place here? What kind of nonsense are you spouting now? Do you really think anyone here is fooled by your crackpot theories? Inspector Chelmy, I'm beginning to think that the only person here with something to hide is you. That's absurd. This has nothing to do in the slightest with me.
No, Inspector, it has quite a bit to do with you.
Meaning?
Isn't it obvious?
If there is any criminal element involved in this case, then it is you, sir. What? That's absurd.
Hey, calm down.
What utter rubbish! You'll need more than some death charge to save your hide.
I've heard you're quite the devoted husband, Inspector. I bet you take very good care of your wife, Amy. Luke and I found this article in the paper. Luke, what was Inspector Chelmy's favorite food again? Oh, so I have to remember this. I definitely remember it. It was the fresh sweet potato fritters. This article specifically states that you love sweet potato fritters. And yet you raged at poor Matthew when he brought you sweets with tea. Why? And your point is? It just so happens that I have a fondness for Amy's sweet potato fritters. Is that so? Thank you, Inspector. This little conversation has made things quite clear. Please take a look at this. I believe you just called them Amy's sweet potato fritters, yes? I'd like everyone to look at this article. As you can all see, the article clearly states that Inspector Chelmey's wife is Emily, not Amy. Do you mean to tell me you've forgotten the name of your own wife? Grrr. Out with it then. Who are you? And why have you been impersonating Inspector Chelmey? And why have you been running this investigation? Grrr. But your sudden memory loss regarding your wife's name isn't the only suspicious thing about you. Try to recall the time around Simon's death. You said you received a report that prompted you to come to St. Mystere, but you forgot one thing. After Luke and I came to town, the drawbridge, that is St. Mystere's sole entrance, had its crank stolen. This effectively sealed the village from that point on. No one could enter or leave the village. And do you recall just when this seclusion began? So, yeah, that was during the search for Claudia. Yeah. Correct. The only route out of the village had been closed well before Simon's death was discovered. After that event, there was no way that anyone outside the village could enter. By the same token, there was no way to take things out of the village, particularly something as large as a corpse. So tell me, Inspector Chelmey, when did you actually first set foot in St. Mystere? And furthermore, what did you do with Simon's remains? Grrr. While we're on the subject, I have one more nagging question that I haven't been able to figure out. How is it that you knew about the key to the tower we discovered? When we happened upon that key, there wasn't a soul in the area save for Luke and myself. Furthermore, I have spoken of what we found there to no one. There's no conceivable way you could have known about this key. Unless, of course, you were spying on us from the shadows when we picked it up. Now, let me see if I've got this all right. You posed as the inspector and used Simon's death as an excuse to enter Reinhold Manor. Since then, you've been waiting for the ideal time to strike, to steal the golden apple from us. How am I doing so far? Yeah. What's so funny? This is no laughing matter. I'm just astounded at how despicable I find you, Layton. But that's exactly why you're worthy of being my arch enemy. I've always despised you, Layton. I thought I'd be able to crush you once and for all here in St. Mystere. But that will have to wait, since you saw through my disguise. You haven't caught on yet, but St. Mystere hides a secret of epic proportions. When I imagine a dimwit like you trying to unravel the mystery, I just have to smile. My business here for a day has come to an end, so I'll be off now. But listen closely, Layton. Never forget how close you came to being bested. One day, I, the great Don Paolo, will rain my vengeance down upon you. And on that fearful day, you will beg for an umbrella and a raincoat, perhaps even some galoshes. Gosh. He just ran out the window. What an epic name for a villain. Don Paolo. Just epic. I guess he's gone. Do you know who that man was? Don Paolo is his name. I've heard stories of him. His grasp of hard sciences was rumored to be unrivaled. The problem, as you might guess, was his personality. Though he was a genius, the man was evil. The science board banished him from working officially in his field ever again. Sneaking into St. Mystere to steal the Reinhold fortune sounds like the kind of scheme that he would hatch. He seems to hold quite a grudge against you, Professor. What did you do to cross him? I haven't the slightest idea, Luke. Well, that aside, what was all that talk about a secret hidden in the village? What was he talking about? I'm mystified by it myself. For the time being, though, let's focus on finding the golden apple, shall we? I say we follow our newest lead and head for that tower. Let's check that dead end from before, Luke. The shadowy intruder. Someone's been obstructing the investigation. Find the troublemaker and continue to work on the case. It was Don Paolo all along, my god. Solved. So I wonder if it says anything once you've solved the mystery. Let me just check. What a shock. Who could have imagined that Don Paolo, self-proclaimed arch-enemy of the professor, was posing as the inspector in an effort to steal the Reinhold fortune? The true Inspector Chelmy never set foot in St. Mystere and is probably at home in London enjoying tea and sweets right now. Let me go ahead and read the journal entry as well while I'm here. En route to the mansion, we ran into that shawled girl again. I meant to ask her many things, but she vanished moments after she appeared. She stayed just long enough to warn us to stay away from the tower. Arriving at the manor, I noticed something peculiar about Matthew's expression today. Why has the inspector called us here? Behind the vinyl mask, the man who had posed as the inspector all this time was none other than the brilliant scientist Don Paolo. It seems he, too, was after the Reinhold fortune. He alluded to some larger mystery at work in the village, and I'm fairly certain I know which one he means. Alright. Let me talk to Dahlia. This is a very lore-rich episode, lots of dialoguing. Let me talk to Gordon first, actually, see if he has anything to tell me.
Would you please let me know of any eligible bachelorette you might meet in your travels?
Still trying to get the ladies. I'm simply shocked. Shocked at this turn of events. Who could have guessed that we had an imposter in our midst? He had me completely fooled. But you saw right through him, Professor. I must say I'm quite impressed with your cunning. I ask you now to put that brilliant mind of yours to work again and set out in search of the golden apple. It would be my pleasure, madam. By the way, are you feeling all right? You look a bit pale. I woke this morning with memories of a peculiar dream I must have had last night. In it, my husband and I had just a brand new baby girl, and oh, how everyone fawned over her. The next moment, suddenly I was in a park, walking hand in hand with my young daughter. With your daughter, you say? Now, why would I have a silly dream like that? These past few days have really been quite draining. Professor Layton, I don't particularly feel well at this moment. I think I will go lie down for a bit. What's wrong with Lady Dahlia? She says she had a dream of walking the park with her young daughter. There's something quite curious about that dream. So the fact that she looks like Reinhold's old wife, and she alluded to having a daughter, even though she's not supposed to have a daughter, makes me think that she's actually the wife all along, and the wife is not dead, in fact. So I don't know. Let me leave. Let's start heading towards the tower. Yeah, let me go all the way to the tower. All the way through there. Let me take the right path. And then let me actually go in here before I go any further. And talk to my good friend Prosciutto, but I will do that in the next episode because we've come to the end of this one. I know I didn't do too many puzzles this time around, but we got a lot of the story going on, which is pretty exciting. So as always, be sure to leave a comment on the video. How many of the 111 puzzles that I've solved so far did you manage to get on your first try? Also leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I appreciate each and every one of you, especially the people who come back video after video. I'm glad that I can make your day better with these videos, so thanks again for watching. See you next time.
Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.